You know, a lot of people say, oh, now this Edward Snowden guy, the leaker from the NSA, well, he didn't reveal anything illegal. President Obama says it's legal, and a lot of the Republican leaders agree with him. Boehner and McConnell say it's legal. If Democrats and Republicans say it's legal, it must be legal. And Obama keeps talking about all the different branches have looked into this. So I say it's legal. Congress says that they gave me the power through the Patriot Act, and I got them to sign in on this, so they're just as guilty as I am, so they better protect their own ass. And we all agree it's perfectly legal and constitutional, and so do the courts, because I got the FISA court to approve it. Well, now that's not necessarily accurate. In fact, David Sirota brings up an excellent point in a Salon piece today. There have been several court cases where they said, no, it is neither legal or constitutional. In fact, the guy who first warned us about it was Senator Jeff Merkley, one of the good guys. He's a Democrat of Oregon. And he said, and since he's on the right committees, he actually knows what the program is, but it's classified. He can't share it with us, but he's been warning over and over again, along with Senator Ron Wyden, these are bad programs. If the American people knew what we actually did, they would be shocked. We need to make these public, etc. And he said it is, quote, out of sync with the plain language of the law, meaning that the application is not legal. It is out of sync with the plain reading of the law. The law we passed is not what they are applying. What they are doing is illegal. Now, there are 4 cases that Sirota points out, and these you can look them up yourself. The ACLU versus NSA, the Al Haramain charity case, and Clapper versus Amnesty International. Plus, the 4th one is a secret FISA case that Mother Jones has been reporting on. There's an 86-page ruling on that the government is fighting, of course, to keep secret, as always. Now, in those 4 cases, they ruled that what the NSA was doing was either illegal and or unconstitutional. Now, in the first 3 cases, it was reversed on appeals, not on the substance, not on the content. It was reversed because of the legal principle that somebody has to have standing to bring the case. The court asks you, how are you affected by this rule? But the plaintiffs couldn't prove they were affected because they couldn't prove they were spied upon. Well, because of Edward Snowden's leak, we now know that we were all spied on. And the government has acknowledged it. So now we all have standing. And Rand Paul is joining a lawsuit to bring up these Fourth Amendment issues because he's among the Americans who have been spied on. So he now has standing. 3 courts have already ruled it illegal or unconstitutional. So when President Obama says, oh, don't worry about it, I checked with the courts. Well, you checked with the courts and they largely said no. You got off on a legal technicality which you don't have the protection of anymore. And by the way, he always talks about, I got the FISA court to approve it. That last case, the 86-page opinion, it's a FISA court, and it says it's not constitutional. And by the way, right after Obama gave his speech at the National Defense University saying, I am looking forward to the debate on this. I mean, I really, and of course, after the leak came out, he said the same thing. I am looking forward to a debate on this. His government went to go quash that lawsuit again and make sure that it remains secret. What kind of a debate are we having when you keep all the information secret, including how those FISA courts you keep saying are on your side have actually ruled against you? Do you know that in those cases, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence admitted that what they did, the NSA did, was, quote, unreasonable under the Fourth Amendment? I'm not the only one saying it. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence said it about how they applied the law. Now, what particular cases were they talking about? I don't know. Obama keeps it secret. So there's no way of knowing. Is it what Snowden revealed that they thought was clearly unconstitutional? Or is it something worse that they're doing? It's not like we live in a democracy. Of course, we can't find out because our government won't tell us. Now, if the court thought it was that bad, and a FISA court that almost is an automatic rubber stamp for the government in almost all instances, said, no, this is illegal and unconstitutional. Don't we have a right to know why they thought that? One more from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. This is not the judge. This is the Director of National Intelligence admitting it. He said that in those cases they, quote, circumvented the spirit of the law. Yeah, another way of putting that was acted illegally. Now, what were those cases? secret. So if you thought the Snowden stuff was bad, and it is, and many courts have already ruled that what the NSA is doing, as I've told you, are illegal or unconstitutional. Apparently there's stuff that's even worse that's in that fourth case. And Sirota sums it up nicely. He says, looked at from a constitutional perspective, then, we shouldn't simply assume Snowden's disclosures are about a controversial but legal NSA program, as NSA defenders and Obama loyalists assert. Instead, it's quite possible they may help definitively prove the illegality of the surveillance operations. Because we have all been spied upon, we all have standing, we should all join that lawsuit saying we demand to know what our government is doing to us, and we demand to know why all those courts believe it is illegal and unconstitutional. So don't believe the hype when you see the mainstream media come out there and all say in unison, oh, it's legal, it's legal. Oh, the government told me it was legal. The Democrats and the Republicans told me it was legal. Nonsense.